Hello, I'm here with Sana and Jamal. Sana is for the Ukraine Revolution being a political revolution, and Jamal is not for Ukraine being a political revolution. So, Sana, why do you think Ukraine is a political revolution?
I think it's a political revolution because the original government was overthrown as a result of the revolution. And for example, the original president changed from being Viktor Yanukovych to Petro Poroshenko. So this was a major change to the government.
And Jamal, why do you think it's not a political revolution?
Because the president at the time, Viktor Yanukovych, passed it by the interim government, so they didn't really make any legal changes. So people don't believe it's a political revolution.
Okay, so Sana, in your opinion, what started the revolution?
So this revolution was started when the president, Viktor Yanukovych, insisted to the public that he would sign a political and trade agreement with the European Union, but instead he signed an agreement with Russia instead, which sparked a lot of unrest with the Ukrainian public who believed that signing the treaty agreement with the EU would be more beneficial to the public.
Do you agree, João?
Yes.
Okay. And what makes a revolution political?
A revolution is. Can I answer?
Yeah.
So a revolution is political when there's a major change to the original government, and when legal changes have been made, and all of the changes to the government would have been made due to the revolution.
Okay, and what is the state of the Ukraine government right now?
Yanukovych and other political leaders of the government fled to Russia, where they remain. An interim government replaced the government for a while until Ukraine held official elections in 25th May 2014.
Okay, and how does the state of the Ukraine government, prove that it's a political revolution or not?
The state of the Ukraine government proved that it's a political revolution because the government has completely been altered since the revolution. For, for example, even laws have been made whilst the new government has been active. For example, they made amendments to the Constitution of Ukraine and they passed a law that weakened the power of the president so that they wouldn't have the same problem that they had when President Viktor Yanukovych was in power.
Okay, and João, what in your opinion, what's a social revolution?
A social revolution is a revolution that's activated by the general public or society, instead of the elites in the military or party system.
And Sana, do you agree?
Um, yeah, I do agree.
Okay, and were any laws passed by the interim government?
Pardon?
Were any laws passed by the interim government?
Yeah. The interim government passed a law that I stated the law earlier, and it was just an amendment to the Constitution of Ukraine. And this law was made so that Ukraine wouldn't have a reason to revolt against the government again, since previously they felt that the president had too much power in his hands and that he often made the wrong decisions. So when the interim government came into power, they made amendments to the constitution so that the president wouldn't be able to elect the prime minister, and the power for that would only lie with the parliament, which would therefore weaken the president's power overall.
So based on all these points, do you think it's still a political revolution or not? Well,
Sorry?
based on all these points that Sana made, do you still think it's not a political revolution?
Yes, I still think it's a social revolution.
I'm sorry, you think it's a political revolution or not?
No, I still think it's a social revolution.
Okay, could you give me some more points on why you think it's not a political revolution?
because other countries like Russia refused to acknowledge the interim government as illegal, instead referring it to as a coup d'etat. And also because the president at the time didn't sign any of the laws passed by the interim government, so they didn't really make any legal changes in the government.
And Sana, do you have anything to say to that?
Yeah. Well, the president at the time, he had fled to Russia, so his power was limited. So when they did make new laws, he didn't really have any power to acknowledge them at the time. And also, the Russian government was basically trying to put the government by force, but that was the only involvement that they had in the Ukraine revolution. So I don't think their acknowledgement of whether or not the interim government held any power, whether or not this could be a mixed revolution. And also, it would definitely be a mixed revolution because even though the interim government was temporary, once they were out of power and they were replaced by official elections held on the 25th of May, so 2014. So the entire government was changed. There's a new president. So yeah.
Okay. That's it. Thank you for watching. Bye.
Sorry. Do the best you can. It's all right. Okay, so that's the end of our broadcast, and thanks for tuning in if you did.